Well, marriage has mattered to me for a really long time. I guess, as soon as I first fell in love with the first girl and realized, like, hey, marriage is not an option for me, it started mattering to me. And certainly in my current relationship, I've been with my partner close to 6 years now, and we became very serious a few years ago. We purchased a house together, and we, made that commitment to each other, and then we were dismayed to find out that there was no way that we could really secure the protections for each other that we had hoped that we could, even through legal means. And certainly, finances were an issue, and to consult with a lawyer even wasn't something that we did at the time. Since then, we've been really excited that domestic partnership passed in Oregon, because it's really a step in the right direction, and I think it does give us some benefits, but it doesn't give us all the benefits of marriage, not by a long shot. And furthermore, even within the state of Oregon, even though it's supposed to give us the same benefits as marriage, I found that it doesn't really have meaning to a lot of people. I've gone into many doctors' offices, and they ask if I'm married, and I explain no, that I have a domestic partner, and they say, oh, really? What does that mean? And I think, wow, if this were an emergency situation, I would need this person to know what marriage means, or what domestic partnership means, and that it would mean the same thing in Oregon, in a medical emergency as marriage. So I try and educate those people, but it's a concern to me, and it's become recently a concern of much greater proportions, because now I'm not just concerned about protections and benefits for me and for my partner, but we recently found out a few months ago that I'm pregnant with twins, and we're really excited about it and are thrilled to have the support of our friends and family and the community. But we still can't get married, and there's a great insecurity that comes along with not being able to marry my partner, particularly now being pregnant, because being pregnant, she can't do a second parent adoption at this point in time, and there's really no way to secure protections and benefits for my unborn babies. It's twins, so that's even more exciting and a little bit more daunting from a financial perspective. So all of the extra expenses that we may have to consider in order to try and secure even some of the protections that we would simply if we could have federal marriage. It's another expense with 2 babies on the way. We don't need those extra expenses. And right now, my partner is out of the country for work. Being separated from my partner, sadly, she's not here tonight to explain why marriage is important to her, but I know she feels very similarly to me. But being separated from each other, and at this point in time, it's just all that more scary. When you have a partner who goes away overseas for work, you always think, what if something happens? What if something happens? And I'd feel a lot better if we could actually be married. So it's for that reason that I say, please sign the Freedom to Marry pledge.